Today, our conversation is with Kim Garrison, the behavioral health coordinator and a doctoral student at the University of Rochester. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Amira.
Could you first please describe for us what is burnout and why is it a relevant topic for education?
I think burnout is actually a word that we throw around a lot to attribute basically just feelings of exhaustion or kind of hitting the end of your line within a profession. So increased stress gets you to a place where you really kind of just don't have the energy to practice or to be innovative or apply yourself in new and unique and innovative ways, or in the best that you can. But actually, burnout has been classified as a psychological syndrome by the World Health Organization. And so this really burnout has three symptoms that are associated with it across all professions. So typically we attribute emotional exhaustion, cynicism towards others at work, and increasing feelings of reduced personal accomplishment at work. Those really are your three indicators of burnout. And different people will experience them at different levels. So we talk about burnout almost as this like one concept, but really you can experience any of those three indicators differently. So you might be experiencing a little bit more emotional exhaustion and not maybe necessarily at a point of cynicism towards others at work.
So one of these symptoms would actually indicate that you might be under the burnout syndrome.
Yes. Yep.
But the three definitions kind of feel broad. Can you give a little bit more detail about it?
Yeah. I'd like to back up too, because in order to experience burnout and be at a point of burnout, you do have to be exposed to a cumulative amount of stress. So it's not just emotional exhaustion at the end of a really tough work day, right? So that'll help me kind of broadly go into the definitions of that. So emotional exhaustion, oftentimes when we're talking about it or we're measuring it, we're looking at how people report whether or not they have any energy on the day-to-day to even like go to work, right? Do you look forward to your work day? The other pieces are, do you feel that you are used up at the end of the day and that you have nothing left to give like to your personal life, right? So those would be indicators of emotional exhaustion. Cynicism, and really initially burnout was studied heavily in the health sector in looking at nurses particularly. So cynicism is attributed really to just this feeling of depersonalizing like your colleagues, or for me, we're in education, so students. So you lack the empathy and compassion for others. You might avoid social interaction with others. So you really just kind of start to you move a little bit more inward, and you're not as interactive with others, and also just not as supportive to each other. And then the other part being reduced feelings of personal accomplishment. Really, we know that experiencing some type of self-efficacy or feelings of accomplishment helps motivate you to continue to achieve and drive, right? To do good at your work and to do well. So this is really just a feeling that like, no matter what you do, you can't make a positive impact on the work that's set in front of you. So for teaching, it would be, actually being able to enact and facilitate lessons or meet diverse student needs, or, help drive school goals. So you just start to actually feel like you don't have the ability to do what you need to do.